So you talk about the geopolitics of energy. And you're saying that there needs to be an India-US bridge.
Yes.
For energy. And you're saying that geopolitically speaking, we are strategic partners, right? And recently President Trump also told Prime Minister Modi that, coming back to the weapons bit, that you need to buy defense equipment from the United States of America. Prime Minister Modi is traveling. He's going there on the 13th of February. He'll be there for a couple of days and then he's going to come back. And obviously this partnership is bipartisan for most, and it's going from strength to strength. Now, you say about this bridge that there needs to be. What exactly is this bridge? I've heard about this. I need you to explain to me what this bridge is about, this energy bridge between the India and the US.
So I think when we talk about the energy bridge, we really talk about the supply of gas from United States to India. And I'll break it down from a geopolitics level. So when you cannot get, this is a fact, I think we both will agree, you cannot go and get something from someone who doesn't have it. Okay. So if India needs gas, that's a sure shot demand. It's a requirement that India has. Our honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has said repeatedly, and not just me repeating his words, that India's energy mix needs to go from 6 to 15% in gas. Right. It's a widely known fact. Even somebody who's not from the gas industry knows that.
And nobody disputes it, actually.
Yes. It is a requirement. Yeah, everybody understands that. But how do you do it? Now, when you decide, okay, we need to get to that point, you have to now see, okay, who has it? Qatar has it. Australia has it. US has it. Russia has it. Yes, there's Nigeria. Yes, there's Angola. There's always small little pockets coming from here and there. But I think United States of America is the largest producer and seller of gas. So when you think of it that way, I think it's sheer logic that when there is a big supply of something, it will obviously have a better pricing. So if you look at economics as well, US makes sense from that perspective. Deliverability, it makes total sense. You can feel safe that America will deliver on time, every time. The ability to deliver projects, because having funding access, because these projects are highly dollar intensive, highly engineering intensive, I think United States can offer that. So to us, it makes a total sense to look at America and then look at India and say, bridge these economies together. America has gas, India needs gas. It's a happy marriage. Can you not buy it from Qatar? Of course you can. But India's already...
We have been buying it from Qatar.
Yeah, that's what I was coming to. So India's been buying so much from Qatar. God forbid something happens in the Middle East. What happens to India's supply of gas? So you have to diversify. India is buying from other places as well in the world, but I think United States makes the total sense because there's nobody else who can give India the amount of gas that India needs.
I think, Swapan, you have a larger duty in this, apart from just being a very successful businessman, also to bridge the gap in the sense that there is a lot of distrust in India because, you see, Joe Biden comes and he says something, with all due respect to the American government, and then Trump will say, okay, I'm signing executive orders and overturning, and these are the first 80 executive orders I'm signing today. And like, for example, there was an effort to help Ukraine fight the war. For the past 3 years,
Correct.
Ukraine had been fighting a war largely funded by the Americans, largely funded
Correct.
by the Americans.
Yes.
Weapons like the Javelin, etc., given by the Americans. State-of-the-art weaponry which the world has never seen.
That's right.
They gave it all. President Trump comes and... he says, I'm stopping all of this. Stop now. Now, I agree with President Trump. I think what he's doing is absolutely correct.
Right.
But I would not think like that if my name had been Zelenskyy and not Gaurav Arya. Because, there are people who question. Today we start buying. Now, why am I saying this? Today, let's say we start buying gas from the US and we say, of course, we must diversify. Of course, the Middle East is always rocky. Always rocky. Qatar is quiet, it's stable. But you never know in the Middle East. You never know in the Middle East, right? Much of the Middle East, at least the wealthier parts, are politically stable, but you never know. Right. They are not democracies. Yeah. Anything can happen tomorrow. So yes, I agree with you. We need to buy from America. We need to diversify. But there is this thinking in India. How would you address this? And you are of Indian origin. And it's very important that people like you step up and say that, hey, it's not like this. Okay, America is maybe not like that. Yeah. Not the way you're thinking. Right. And let me tell you, because I belong to both the worlds equally.
Right.
And maybe I can pitch this correctly to the Indian, to the common Indian, which says that when we needed weapons, and I'm giving you a brief background to this debate, and it's a very fiery debate in India. They say that, when we needed weapons to fight against the Chinese, against the Pakistanis, and we were a democracy, and we said we'll buy with whatever little money. We didn't have much money at that point in time, and we said we'll buy weapons from the United States of America. America said, no, we'll rather give it to the Pakistanis, we'll give it to everybody else. We're not going to give it to you. So we had to go to the Soviets because we needed weapons to fight, and people were attacking us. And the Soviets gave us weapons. Correct. And now the Russians are giving us weapons, and we are making some of our own weapons too. Now, how would you address that thought process? You are uniquely placed to do it.
I think I've grown up in India, and I'm very uniquely or very well versed with this thing. I agree the word uniquely placed. I mean, I don't think today the way India is growing, you can view the fact that, you're buying it from Russia and not buying from US. I think India needs so much that it needs to buy from everybody, first of all. Secondly, I don't think at any point in time, I would like to say that we should make new friends at the cost of old ones, right? I think Russia has always been a friend.
Very
the way I
interesting.
look at it.
Okay.
And I don't think we need to be in the same boat with America. I think America is more about economics. If it serves economic purposes, they will look at it. And that economic purpose does not have to be served by buying a defense equipment alone. It could be served by buying gas. It could be served by buying a ship. It could be served by buying minerals. I don't know, whatever India needs. I'm not very versed with the mineral industry, but I think they have rare earth minerals, which India is going to require in the future. My point being, you have to pick and choose your spots. You have to basically buy from everybody, because America is only a percentage of India's buying. I'm not saying India should be dependent 100% on America. And America is certainly not depending all its product to India. They've got 30 different countries that are buying from them. Similarly, India should buy from 30 different countries. America certainly, by the sheer volume that America has to sell, becomes a huge participant in it. You cannot avoid it if you want to get into a gas economy business and if you want to control your carbon. As far as defense equipment is concerned, I'm sure they make some things which, nobody else makes.
Absolutely.
Right?
There is no argument.
And if we need those things as India to secure ourselves from our immediate neighbors, I think we should consider it. And in order to top up that, I think it'll remain in my heart if I don't say it openly and frankly, because that's coming from my heart. I don't think I don't think America did a very good thing by supporting Pakistan against India. And now they're realizing maybe that they made a mistake, and they're trying to correct that to make new friends with us.
President Trump did say as much.
And I think we have to give them an opportunity.
Absolutely. And one thing which I liked, what you said, Swapan, I think it makes a lot of sense that, not just confined to defense, have a very broad-based relationship with America. Buy gas.
Exactly.
Buy products.
Yeah.
Sell products.
Exactly.
I think that is exactly what Trump is saying.
Yeah. And I think India is exporting a bunch of IT stuff, IT services to America. I think with AI launching, and I think that was one other question that you had for me earlier, we'll probably jump into it later. But I think with AI launching, I think India and US are inseparable. Because that artificial intelligence that America is looking to grow on, I think you need developers for it. You need back-end staff for it. You need people to support that cause. And India's got an army of people for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think it'll be a mutual thing. It's not just that we need gas or defense equipment from America. I think there's a long list of things that America needs from India too.
Absolutely.
So that'll be a relationship of economic convenience, I think, more than anything else.